Quick reminder, in this tutorial, we'll be using a hot glue gun, so please handle with care. Enjoy this free tutorial and follow along step by step. Okay, so we are going to make a wooden torch, exactly like this. How we're going to do that is we're going to grab our one little 2.5 inch by 2 inch piece of grocery bag. Ooh, sustainable. Paper stock, or cardboard paper stock, okay? We're going to grab our trusty screwdriver and we are going to put some curve into this, but we're not going to do the normal curve along the straight line. Do it at an angle, just like this. Starting it off. Alright, and just letting it we're letting it catch onto itself, and we're bending it, and we're putting some curve into it, right? Because we want it to be longer, and we want it to have these cool little zigzags, right? We got this thing off and running, got this thing started. And right at this very end where we made it a little bit curvy, we can actually start to put our own little dimensional curve in here. We can make this stick as thick or as skinny as possible, as much as you want, really, as long as we put a little bit of curve into this thing. The smaller part of the handle goes skinnier than the top, or we can make it all the same size. It's up to you, really. Considering I'm going to mimic this, I'm making the smaller end small and then upper end thicker, okay? Yeah, just kind of eyeballing it and going right around there, because it's not exactly perfect, but it works for me, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and just do this, start from there, and then slowly build it up. Slowly build it up by putting a little bit of commitment juice in here, and just really committing to this cause, slowly building it up, right along every few centimeters, just really building this up like this, and getting it thicker and thicker. And while I'm doing that, I'm actually just bending it, increasing it, and pushing on it just to kind of give it a little bit more texture, right? And right about here, a little bit more glue, okay, to really make this feel like wood, right? And we want to make this one a little bit skinnier here at the end. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and stop right about to the middle. Why? Because I'm going to show you something in addition to this, and this is completely optional. This torch doesn't have an LED light, but this torch will, okay, because this is going to be the final torch. And again, this is totally optional. If you don't know anything about LEDs or electronics, that's entirely up to you if you want to add this or not. I'm going to go ahead and add one to mine in the end. Have this a working model, and this thing is going to just light up just because I want it to, with a little coin cell battery. And later on, if I decide against it, I can just go ahead and chop this off. I don't know why I'd want to, but for now I'm going to go ahead and take this out because I want to concentrate on this side here. Our newspaper coupon as kind of a mat, alright? Take our trusty uniball signal. We're going to go ahead and add some lines to it, right? Some lines all the way down, and I'm going to go ahead and add some circles, some zigzags like this, because we are actually making a little kind of like wood texture, I guess, if you will. See how I'm like kind of like putting zigzags and little circles here, just kind of following this path, just kind of making little O's, squiggly lines, pigtails, if you will. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to kind of go up and down like this, just following this diagonal line, just adding little O's, little squigglies like that. Yeah, I'll probably fast forward this part of the video. Pigtails and little circles and stuff like that until you get all the way to the end. Because now, when we actually fold this onto itself, that wood texture is going to be showing up. And this smaller end we want to keep kind of tight. I'm just dry fitting it right now. I'm just making sure that I hit all the places that I've missed, right? And just adding some wood texture. Here's a couple spots here. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Now that I know that I like that, I'm going to go ahead and continue on with the gluing process, just putting strips of glue right along the inner seams of this and really just kind of tightening it up, going all the way through, putting a little bit of smaller dimension down here, and just kind of making it tight, but really just kind of free balling it, free flowing it, just kind of make it your branch. It's just going to be a wooden torch. Really, that's all it's going to be. But we do want this nice and tight down in here until we get to the very end. Here, we're just tightening this up. I'm going to go ahead and add my LED in here. And now I'm going to go ahead and finish this off right here by adding the last amount, just kind of paper macheing it on the last amount of glue here. And just really tightening that up. I don't care about this actual paper peeling off onto the wood here because we'll get to that later. It's going to actually add to the effect of it kind of giving some wood texture and some flakes on here. Okay, so we can add a little bit more wood texture down here. Now that we've gotten this far, we're going to add this little bit of a S curve into it. See how it's curving a little bit? And this is how we're going to do it. Pull this out because I don't really want to carve into it. Alright, we're going to pick 2 spots onto the torch here. And I'm going to go ahead and go about maybe 1/8 of an inch in and snip it at an angle like this, right? I snipped it there. I'm going to rotate it over, do the same thing on this side, and snip it here. Okay? See where I put those 2 snips? Now, I'm going to go ahead and drop this back in here. Push those wires down in there. And by the way, I am using Cat 5 wire cable. This is actually information cable, but it will send a small current through the LEDs. So now that we did this, and the reason why we did these little snips here, now we can pull this back a little bit, and we can add a pin drop of glue on the inside, like this, right where we open that up. Push it onto itself so it actually folds inwardly, and we're going to go ahead and wisp away the extra, right? Wisp away the extra like that. We're adding some curve. We're going to go ahead and concentrate on this side, peeling back. See how we made this little opening right there? Same thing here, a little pinch of glue. And we're going to go ahead and overextend it back this way, wisping away the excess, causing a little bit of a bend. And the reason why we did that was so that the upper lip of that little cutout will kind of mask over the cut that we made. Kind of cool. Makes it look like a tree branch. We're off to a good start. Now, we are going to dip into some of our, you guessed it, save your spider webs, right? This is from the hot glue. This is from the hot glue gun. See that spider web coming off there? That's all of this. Because you can actually use this stuff for some really cool effects, okay? Show you what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and grab our, yeah, you guessed it, our plastic spider web. And we are going to make this fun little brown, little mossy kind of effect. Grab our brown. Oh, we need yellow, red, orange, and where's the brown? Oh, there we go, brown. I bought these from the Dollar Tree. Yep, you guessed it, $1.25. We're going to take our brown permanent pen. I'm going to color some brown onto this. Just kind of no rhyme or reason. Going to give us this like cool little moss effect that we're going to wrap around the actual branch. Like this. Just take a little bit of just pin drop of glue. Just a pin drop of glue right there. And just help it wrap around this whole like branch. Put a little pin drop of glue right here. Right here. Just kind of using our nozzle to kind of like smear it into the piece of wood. And we're going to wrap this little moss piece right into this. Like that. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. And we can put as much or as little as we want. It's a piece of stick. It's a hard wood. It's really, really hard wood. It's family show, everybody. It's a family show. We're putting some more moss onto here. And I think after this one, that's all we're going to do, because I think that I'm satisfied with that. And let's go ahead and put it like right here. I like that. I like it right at the tip, tippy top. And we're going to go ahead and put some moss right there and kind of like wrap it around, right? We can even like color this white piece of, yeah, like that. See what I'm doing? I'm good with that. And the magic is going to really come when we put some top coat on it. Yeah, this top coat really, really makes it look cool because it actually darkens it, solidifies this moss, and really makes it more one with this log. Puts a lot of yin to it, the yin and yang. What am I even talking about? It just makes it look cool, alright? So let's just go there. See how it's actually darkening the wood? Yeah, this is from Grocery Bag, everybody. This is Grocery Bag. The top coat also just kind of like seals the hot glue spider web in. We're now calling it moss, alright? No moss, everybody. No moss. Hablar Espanol. Okay, just... Alright, just go with me. I know you have to just really deal with my jokes, but just deal with it. We'll go ahead and let that dry, and we'll come back and then deal with the fire, okay? Look how good this is looking. Alright, so, yeah. Remember this stuff here? We are going to actually add it onto the end of our torch here. And before we do that, I'm going to add a pinch of glue right here. And just tack it on. It's probably going to tack on pretty easy because it's going to melt to itself. Now, let's do a fun little test here. Awesome. Now that we did that, and add a little bit of yellow to this. Just a little bit, just to highlight the yellow. Okay? Just a little bit. And add a dollop of glue right here. And we are going to tip it down. And while it's drying, we're going to actually take a tip of that into here and let it twist. Sorry, I'm going off camera here. Blow on it. And let that become a little bit of a flame. Okay, that cobweb just kind of disappeared, but that's okay. We'll come back to that. Sometimes it'll do that. But we will go ahead and add another dollop of glue right here. Right there. Let it settle in. Taking our newspaper coupon junk mail, twisting it up like that, and just taking a little bit of a pinch out of here, right here, and just pulling on it. Okay, just pulling on it a little bit, blowing on it, letting that become another little flame coming out of there. We're going to pull that off. And we're going to slowly do the same thing around this whole entire thing, putting a pin drop of glue, a new piece of newspaper coupon because I keep losing pieces. Oops, and it got on my desk, but that's okay because we are going to take advantage of that and just pull this down, twist it a little bit. See what I'm doing? Twisting it. That looks good. Gonna nip this off here, right there. Nip that off. Taking some more of our hot glue spider web. We're gonna put a dab of glue right here. And we're gonna nest this hot glue right on to that. Ow! Yeah, that's hot. Okay. Going to signify a little bit of smoke. It doesn't have to be crazy, it just kind of give that kind of effect. And we're gonna go ahead and clean up all the loose pieces down here. And do I add more to the flame? Yeah, I'll add a dollop right here. See that long string? That's okay. I like that. It just kind of let these fire flames be what they become, really. I'm gonna just put a dollop right there, and let this flame become, see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of no rhyme or reason, because, you know, fire just goes every which way. Pulling on that, and that looks good. That's looking like fire. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a little bit of red, and we're gonna put some red right in the bottom parts of the fire, because not the hottest part of the fire. The hottest part of the fire is the middle. We're gonna add some orange to the outside perimeters of this. Put it on the smoke here. Just gonna off the cuff. Yeah, if you have this, total bonus. Yeah, and then as we go into the inner flame, we're gonna add some yellow. Check that out. Yellow all around. That's looking good. See that? And so when we actually add some light, you probably can't see it too well, but it looks great here. Looks really good. Anyway, there's the flame. We made a torch. We made a torch, everybody. A 1/6 scale action figure torch that Ken Yoshi held in the Great American No Budget B movie. It's a fun way to work with what you got, with grocery bag paper stock and some top coat nail polish. I had that from another project, and hot glue. And if you know a little bit of soldering, you can really work with an LED. We're going to actually add a little bit of hot glue right down here to really seal the deal on these wires. And of course I chose brown because, you know, it's brown wire. And I'll obviously hide these wires, but yeah. YouTube family, we got a torch.